We are back. Thanks for clicking on the link. Welcome to Good Energy. Enjoy the content, and everyone have a blessed day. And we're back, guys. Welcome to Good Energy, where we talk sports and tennis. And look, we got some great commentary coming up for you today. This is going to be a great day of tennis. But before we get there, guys, please make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and donate to the PayPal if you can. But guys, look, 80 to 85% win rate on all the picks I give in every slam. And this is no different. 2 more locks today. Winners. That's what we do. Caroline Garcia, that was a lock over Zheng. And look, that was a great match. Both sets went to a tie break, and Caroline Garcia had to dig deep. But her serve is keeping her in this tournament. She is serving amazing. Kvitova over Alison Riss. Look, Alison Riss is always risky. I like the underdog Kvitova that plays defense. That was a no-brainer. Mertens over Kerber. I said, look, Mertens will win at least a set, if not the match, and she certainly did that. Maria over Maria Sakkari. I told you guys, that's not gonna be a walk in the park. Maria has over 50 matches this year, and certainly enough, her experience got her through the less experienced Maria Sakkari. Anja Bor's big time, and I'm going to say it again, another cover on the spread. She's looking good. She might win this tournament. Yvonne and Heather Watson. I thought Yvonne would win the first set, but I knew Heather Watson would win at least a set, if not the match. Watson's the more experienced player, and you can't deny that. I had Serenko winning at least a set, and that came through. Jewel looks good, though, but she's going to have a tough match in the round of 16. Big U and Osipenko. Again, I said, look, Big U plays defense. I like her to take a set. I like it to go over. Osipenko did come through with the win, though. Good job, Osipenko. I love the passion. I love how hard she plays. Let's get into today's matches, guys. We're going to break these down, give you some good information and some good commentary. All right, the first prediction of the night, guys. Elena Rybakina versus Zheng. And look, guys, this is going to be a heavyweight championship match. This is the first prediction of the night, and this could very well be the last one. We have 2 ladies that are 6 feet tall going at it. 2 ladies with very powerful serves. Rybakina, she's 17-7 on grass overall. Zheng is only 2-2 on grass, but on the year, Rybakina is 23-12. She's having a pretty darn good year. And Zheng herself, even though she's only 2-2 on grass, she's 27-11 on the year. Both ladies having a pretty good year. Zheng's won 7 of her last 10. Impressed with the win over Sloane Stephens. Rybakina, though, I'm more impressed with her 2 wins here in Wimbledon. Bianca Andreescu in straight sets and Coco Vandeweghe. Those are 2 good wins. Some of the losses Rybakina's had in her last 10. Serenko, shorter, faster player. Rogers, good backhand. Madison Keys, very strong and powerful. Jill Teichmann, very fast and athletic. Zheng is not the athletic type of short player that normally frustrates Elena. So this is going to be a very interesting matchup. Elena's winning 77% of her service games, 30% of her return games. She breaks opponents at a 39% average. She is saving 62% of her break points. She's not that easy to break. She averages nearly 6 aces per game. That's going to be huge in this match. 6 aces per match. That's going to be huge in this match. And she averages about two double faults per game. Kenwin, on the other hand, averages about 5 aces per match, wins 71% of her service games, 26% of her return games. When she has the opportunity for opponents to break her, when they have the opportunity to break her, she saves about 63% of her break points and converts opponents at 33%. I think the big difference here, the serves are pretty much equal, but I think Elena's a much better returner. Kinwins is just not a good returner. I mean, she holds serve. A lot of her matches go over. The over is definitely the play here, but to pick a winner, I'm going to take Rybakina to get it done. I think Rybakina, she struggles against the shorter players. Both of these ladies are 6 feet tall, and I think Rybakina is probably a little bit stronger. I like Rybakina to get the victory here on the money line. The next match of the day, and this is going to be one of my locks, we have Isla Tomljanovic versus Barbora Krejcikova. And these two ladies have never played head-to-head, much like the previous match. Kenwin and Elena, they've never played, and like I said, the matchmakers did a really great job this tournament, but again, they had a lot of the Russian players and Belarus players that aren't here. That would make a huge difference, but nonetheless, Isla Tomljanovic's got the much more extensive career on grass. She's 5-2 this year on grass, 34-26 overall. Krejcikova is only 6-6 on grass overall for her career, 2-1 this year. And we know Krejcikova, she struggled. 2 wins in this tournament so far, Golovic and Zanevska. And Isa's looked good against Harrison and Teichmann. And she's won 6 of her last 10 matches. But look, guys, we know that Barbora struggled. And she's been struggling with injuries. She's been struggling to get with form. But however, this year, I mean, she's only played 15 matches this year, but she's averaging, or essentially she's winning 76% of her service games, 35% of her return games. First serves won 70%. She breaks opponents at a 47% rate. She saves 61% of her break points. Not a huge ace player, but she can get you 4 aces per game. And Isla Tomljanovic averages just under 3 aces per match. And in terms of Isla Tomljanovic, she also makes 4 to 5 double faults per match. That's a ton. She only wins 63% of her service games, 37% of her return games. Her first serves won is 63%. That's because she makes a lot of mistakes. She does, though, however, when she has the opportunity to break opponents, she's doing that at a 47% rate. That's a pretty good number for someone like Isla Tomljanovic. However, though, she only saves half of her break points. So if Krejcikova has a chance to break her, let's say she has 4 opportunities to break her, that could be the difference in the match right there. I have to go with Barbora Krejcikova to win this match. Isla has a strong backhand, and that's going to be her only weapon in this match. She's not a great server. She makes a lot of double faults. She only has a backhand. Krejcikova has much more tools. She's a pattern player with her serve. She gets it in play. She can pick her spots and play chess. She's a serve and volley player. I don't know if she's necessarily the better baseliner, but she's definitely the better net player. I'd probably give the edge to Isla on the baseline, but then again, Isla makes a lot of mistakes, and Krejcikova is going to put it in the spots where she knows Isla's going to make mistakes. So I have to take Krejcikova as a lock. But I do want to point out Isla Tomljanovic, she's getting older. She knows she doesn't have much time left to make quarterfinals and semifinals and pull out a Grand Slam. So she may play her best tennis, but I do like Krejcikova to win that match as a lock. The next match here, I'm not going to spend much time on it. Petra Martic she's owned Jessica Pegula 4-1, guys, 4-1. She beat her last year, and the reality here is she owns her. There's not much more I can say, but Jessica Pegula, when it comes to Grand Slams, she is clutch. Okay, she makes the quarterfinals and Grand Slams. And the one stat in this match I think is going to be the difference maker. Petra Martic only wins 25% of her return games. Jessica Pegula wins 37% of her return games. That's enough to get a couple breaks and win this match. I like Jessica Pegula on the money line. I am a huge Petra Martic fan, though. I love how she takes care of her body, but I like Pegula to win. That's a lock. And another quick one before we jump into Badosa, Kvitova. Simona Halep, she's going to be taking on Magdalena Frech. You know, I would love to see Magdalena Frech reach the Sweet 16, but the reality here is Magdalena Frech averages more double faults per match than she does aces. She only wins 60% of her service games, and she's not a good returner. So I'd like Simona Halep to win that in straight sets. Now, let's get into this matchup. We have Paula Badosa versus Petra Kvitova. And this is a pretty interesting matchup because you have someone like Paula Badosa, who's actually the 4th seed, taking on Kvitova, who's the 25th seed. But Kvitova is the favorite in this match, so that's pretty interesting. The matchmakers, they did a good job, like I said, making matches this Wimbledon, but of course a lot of the Russian and the Belarus players aren't here, so they kind of had to do what they do, you know. But Kvitova, they've only played once at the 2020 Australian Open. That's when Paula Badosa was, you know, barely inside the top 100. Last year changed her entire career, guys. She won the Indian Wells, got the big check, jumped in the rankings, jumped in the top 10, and hasn't looked back. She only won 2 championships last year, but she was consistent, and that got it done. She had a great clay season, and she played good on hard. That's all it took. But on grass, she's only 2-1 this year. She's 13-10 overall on grass. Kvitova is 7-1 on grass this year. 68-22 overall. Multiple slam champion. We've seen her win Wimbledon before, and she's hot right now. She's on a 7-match win streak. She's beat Anna Bogdan, Jasmine Poliani, Ostapenko, Beatrice Haddad, Dart, Boulter, Vekic. That's a great, very impressive resume. However, none of those ladies are inside the top 10. Badosa's beat Shariko, however you pronounce it. I'm sorry, guys. And she beat Bara. She's won 6 of her last 10 losses to Baraj, Kunamatova, Krejcikova, Simona Halep. Look, not bad players to lose to. This match, it's probably the toughest match on the board because I'll be honest with you, I haven't really watched Paula Badosa lately. I watched her in, Berlin. I haven't watched her this Wimbledon, and I apologize. There's been a lot of more interesting matches than the competition she's faced. So I'm just going to go with what I know of these two players. Paula Badosa, she's a pretty good server. She's having a really good service season. Paula Badosa's averaging just under 5 aces per match, winning 70% of her service games, 40% of her return games. That's great numbers considering she plays a pretty darn tough schedule. She saves 58% of her break points, and when she has opponents playing under those pressure points, she breaks them at a 45% rate, which is amazing, but she does make a lot of double faults. She's playing Petra Kvitova, who is a great server as well, not serving as good as Paula Badosa is this year, averaging 4 aces per match, between about 4.5. Paula Badosa is serving slightly better though. And double faults. She's also averaging 4 double faults per match, but she's winning 74% of her service games, 30% of her return games. She converts her break points at 51% when she has her opponents up against the ropes. She saves 55% of her own break points. Petra came into Wimbledon literally with a barely winning record of 15-13. So she hasn't played good overall throughout the year, but this is a special place for her. I'll be honest with you, this is a tough match because Paula Badosa, I always say, out of all the top 10 players, I think she's in the worst. Well, not worse, but compared to other top 10 players, I think her stamina can improve. And Petra Kvitova, with her heat-seeking missiles and those rockets coming from that left hand, I can see a lot of footage where Paula Badosa just can't get to return those balls. I see her gassing, and much like Amanda Anisimova, who we're going to talk about next, when things aren't going her way, she's ready to find an exit. And the same could be said with Kvitova. When things aren't going her way, her level drops dramatically. But the reality is all of the values on Paula Badosa. So the lock for this match, I like Paula Badosa to win at least one set. That's great value. Take Paula Badosa to win at least one set. That's the lock. Can Paula Badosa win this match? She can. And quite frankly, I think she probably will win the match, but I like her to win at least one set. And Kvitova, look, if she plays well, she's going to have to serve well. She's going to have to return well. But the problem is, I don't know if she's going to be able to stop Paula Badosa's offense. And if she's not able to stop her offense and her level drops, she starts to double fall, she's going to crumble. But I like Paula Badosa to win at least one set. That's the lock. And this next match, I'm not going to spend much time on it. Coco Gauff, I think she's one of the hottest players in the tournament. She's serving strong. She's mentally focused. She looks athletically. You've never seen Coco Gauff tired in a match, i.e. Reference to Paula Badosa. But listen, Amanda Anisimova, she didn't look good against Lauren Davis. She hasn't looked good lately. And look, this is a battle of the American females, and I know Coco Gauff, she's beat Amanda before, and I think Coco Gauff's gonna outserve her. She can match her power. I don't think Amanda can match Coco Gauff's athletic ability. I don't think she can match her footwork. I don't think she can match her net play. Coco Gauff has a check box on every category in this match. I like Coco Gauff on the money line to beat Amanda. And I'll be honest with you, Coco Gauff might even make Amanda Anisimova quit. That's two locks so far I really like. I like Coco Gauff to win on the money line, and I like Barbara Krejcikova to win on the money line. Those are the two locks so far. This next match, Katie Boulter, Harmony Tan. These two ladies have never played before. We're seeing that trend here. Tan, though, she's 5-2 on grass this year, 6-3 overall in her career. Katie Boulter, I've told you guys the last few tournaments. She's playing good on grass this year. She's 9-3 on grass, and she's beat some pretty good opponents. Pliskova, Buell. She beat Pliskova in Eastbourne, as well as Wimbledon here. Martinsova, that was a good match. She beat Caroline Garcia, Alison Riss, Maria in Nottingham. She's playing very good. Tan, though, just beat the greatest female athlete of all time, the greatest female tennis player, possibly the greatest tennis player of all time. Yeah, let's just say it, the greatest tennis player of all time. She also beats Rybakina, who's very defensive. Katie Boulter's hot right now. She's won 7 of her last 10 matches. Tan's won 6 of her last 10, but Tan's got, that Serena Williams name, you can't replace that, guys. Even Serena that hasn't been active, that's a great win on anyone's resume. But what concerns me about Tan, she only averages 57% of her service games. So she's literally only winning 1 of every 2 service games. She's easily broken. She wins 34% of her return games, and when she has to the chance to break her opponent, she does do it good, which shows me she's probably more comfortable returning. She only saves half of her break points, actually less than half of her break points, 49%. But Tan, as I've been saying, she's unconventional, and she's very frustrating to play because she's using volley slices. This is backhand slices from the baseline. She's not the best server. She's only got 19 aces on the year, but neither is Katie Boulter. Boulter's only averages 2 aces per game. She averages 3. I'm sorry, match, guys. I'm a little tired. She only averages 2 aces per match. She averages 3 double faults per match, but she's a much consistent server. She's a much consistent returner, but she's not good on her break points either. I like this match to go over. I like over 21 games. That's my official prediction on this match. I think it goes over. If I have to pick a winner, To be honest with you, I would lean with Tan. She's getting 3.5 free games. I would take the free 3 games if I had to. Well, I mean, that's technically not picking a winner, but I do like the over. I think the 3.5 games on the spread is a good pick as well. But if I had to pick a winner, I'd probably pick Tan. I mean, I have to pick Tan. She beat Serena Williams, and why not keep the magic going? But can Katie win this match? Theoretically, she should. She's more of an offensive player, unlike Sarah Reivers Tormo, who's defensive. So just that offensive threat, she hasn't really played. You know, Serena, I don't know if Serena was that much of an offensive threat. She wasn't really in form, but Katie Boulter is an offensive threat. She's gonna attack her. So Katie Boulter should win this match, but I like my official prediction. I like it to go over 21 games. And finally, the best for last. Look, I have 2 locks in this video. I like Krejcikova Gauff on the money line and like Barbara Krejcikova on the money line. And this match here, look, I'm tempted to take Elisa Cornet to upset Iga Swiatek. I really am. I would love to see Elisa Cornet make it to her second quarterfinal of her career in a slam, doing it earlier at the the Australian Open. Iga Swiatek on grass, she's only 9-5. She's 2-0 this year, but she struggled against much lesser competition. And I mean, Elisa's not, look, she's a French woman, right? She's not that great on grass. She's 29-35. She has a losing record on grass. And I don't know if she's healthy. I've been saying it. I don't know if Elisa's healthy. She has won 7 of her last 10. I like the wins over the much more athletic players, Putintseva and Liu, very athletic players. Iga's won the 38, 55, 100 matches in a row. They've never played before, and the reality here is we know Iga has all of the skills. She has all of this talent. If she wins this Wimbledon, that would be pretty impressive, but I don't have her winning this Wimbledon, and I really don't want to pick her in this match. My pick in this match is going to be Elisa Cornet plus 5.5 games. I think it's too many games. We've seen Iga drop sets to lesser opponents in this tournament. I'm going to take Elisa Cornet plus 5.5 games. You can even buy it up to 6.5. It's still a good value. And this is an upset alert. I'm not going to get into any of the stats. I'm not going to get too technical with this match because the reality here is Elisa Cornet's experience. She's good at redirecting. A couple of these opponents, and two players in particular good at redirecting in this tournament, Elisa Cornet and Harmony Tan. Of all the players left, they're really good at changing the pace. And Anjabor, I'm sorry, I can't forget Anjabor. Anjabor is definitely the best at it of all the 3. But out of those 3 ladies, they're good at redirecting and changing pace. Iga's a straight, she's a winner type of short rally player. She's going to hit a winner in 5 to 10 shots. Elisa Cornet wants to hang it out. She wants to drag it on. And that, I think, can potentially frustrate Iga. So I like the 5.5 games of Elisa Cornet, and it's an upset alert. Elisa can beat Iga in this match. I don't have Iga winning Wimbledon, so she's going to have to lose sooner or later, so why not this match? This is good energy, guys. Thanks for listening to the preview and prediction video. Check out the PayPal link. Donate if you can, but enjoy the 2 locks I gave you, and I will be joining you to cover these live matches as well. Thank you. Have a blessed day.